In 2018, Autel launched a legal challenge against DJI. They just won, but you will not believe the contents of the patents and the lawsuit itself. Hi, I'm Ash from DroningON, and in August 2018, Autel Robotics launched a lawsuit against DJI, and the results of that lawsuit have just been announced. A legal firm called Steptoe and Johnson LLC were representing Autel, and somehow they've managed to have a success against patent litigation in regards to DJI and their products being sold in the USA. But quite honestly, the contents of not only the patents that were granted by US patent law, but also the lawsuit itself is an absolute farce, and you will not believe it when I explain in simple terms the patents that Autel are claiming DJI have infringed on. But there's another level to this, which is the patents themselves, which are not granted in this lawsuit. These patents are an absolute joke, and they should never, ever have been granted in the first place. Now, there's a full legal document linked to in the video description, but in this video, we're going to simplify it for you guys so that you don't need to step through the legal jargon. And we're going to run through the 3 key patents that Autel are claiming have been infringed. So the first one is patent 174, which was granted in 2011. Bear in mind that in 2011, this was right at the very start of the consumer drone industry. Realistically, we had tiny little RC drones, but we didn't really have anything that could fly itself autonomously. The patent describes the ability for a drone to fly on a predetermined flight path at a predetermined speed. Now, to you and I, that sounds like waypoints, doesn't it? And it is. It's basically the consumer operator of the drone inputting a flight path and the drone flying that flight path. Now, through the course of that flight path, the patent talks about sensing to automatically slow the drone or make it aware of objects that might be in its way, and they cite that DJI's use of assisted braking infringes upon their patent. In other words, when a DJI drone approaches an object and it stops automatically, obstacle avoidance, the wording of the patent is so broad and simplistic that it's just pathetic that it was ever granted in the first place. The next one is patent 184, which talks specifically about the props on the drones and the ability for the right prop to fit onto the right motor. In other words, clockwise and counterclockwise, without the ability for the prop to fall off. This one was granted in 2016, and it was granted until 2034. The litigation even cites the white rings that DJI use on the props to show which prop goes on which motor. Now again, put so simply, if we refer back to the Phantom 3, you remember it had those screw-on props and they'd only screw on clockwise on the right motor and counterclockwise on the other motor. That's the patent infringement that Autel are claiming. And finally, patent 013, which talks about the ability for a drone to have a removable battery secured through a plastic clamp and with a button. Now, how a patent could ever be granted in 2018 to control the intellectual property of a device having a removable battery with a clamp and a button. Quite clearly, these patent lawyers must have been smoking something on that day, because I can name multiple devices that have a removable battery. Even the camera that I'm filming with now has a removable battery with a plastic clamp and a button to release it. Autel claim that DJI infringed on this with the battery release mechanism across multiple drones. You can probably tell and hear the frustration and passion in this video. As part of this kind of patent litigation, a company also needs to evidence that they have current products which these patents are infringing from the competitors' products. And throughout this document, Autel cite their Evo drone. Not the Evo 2, but the Evo, original Evo drone. But that's because the lawsuit commenced in 2018, long before the Evo 2 had even arrived. So at a very high level, let's put this litigation in 3 sentences. Autel are claiming that drones are not allowed to have sensors to stop when they're about to hit things. Autel are claiming that drones can't have props that won't fall off or attach securely via a screw or a clip-on. Autel are claiming that no one else is allowed to have a drone with a battery that can be removed with a clip and a button. Now, when this lawsuit was very first announced in 2018, Autel faced serious criticism from the market over in China, because Autel are not an American company. Autel Robotics are, but they're owned by Autel, who are a Chinese company, and both of them manufacture all of their products in China. And therefore the Chinese population saw this as China versus China, the DJI market-leading giant versus a competitor, potentially up-and-coming competitor. When you start to dig into the details of this patent, and please, before anybody thinks about trolling this video, just listen to the 3 patent descriptions again and really think about whether this is justified or realistic. I fully acknowledge and respect when a company patents something truly unique, and I mean really innovative. That's why patent law is here. But the Patent Office granting these ridiculous patents and Autel pursuing these ridiculous patents in court over 2-3 years, it just baffles me. I am lost on this one. The outcome of this and the success of Autel just last week means that they can actually now try and enforce their request, which is to stop DJI from selling any drones in the USA. And quite honestly, they will not succeed with that. When this gets into a real court of law, i.e. not the patent law, but actual real consumer law, it will be seen that these patents are unenforceable and it just won't happen. At least I hope that that's the case, because ultimately if DJI are stopped from selling products in the USA or having to fundamentally redesign their drones, there's only one loser here, and it's not DJI, it's us, the consumers. Because we desperately need more manufacturers in the market. Taking out the market leader doesn't make us win. It makes us lose, because we are left with the likes of Autel, Skydio, and maybe GoPro if they ever create a Karma 2. The future is not bright, let's put it simply. Now, the Chinese are known for copying, but these are 2 Chinese companies, and let's face it, they take inspiration from each other. DJI invented the concept of that folding look and folding design long before the Evo came out. I just think it's so sad, because Autel's Evo 2 is a great looking drone with a great feature set. Why can't Autel just compete on the basis and foundation of a product instead of dragging DJI through the courts on an absolutely pointless lawsuit like this? Let us know what you think anyway. Comment below, give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you're a trolling Autel fanboy that doesn't understand anything that I've just explained very clearly in this video. Click that subscribe button as well, and thank you very much for watching.